Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Hari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya. Omjnanvrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Tadati Sma Padantikam Vandeham Shri Gurau Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deelabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, an announcement for the children up to 5th standard. Can you please get up? There's a separate session for you. All the children please come here. From maybe say from nursery up to 5th standard. But if you feel your child can listen, they can listen. Tanush, get up. Come. Yeah.
So welcome all of you to the second day of our course. Yesterday we discussed about the introduction to Bhagavad Gita. While talking about this particular subject, first we started off with an important question, that why we have come here. You come here because you have a special quality called inquisitiveness, or the desire to inquire. I want to know. The special quality which actually qualifies us to be a human. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Since you got a human form of life, it is our prime responsibility to actually inquire into higher limbs of existence. Now, all these days and years, we have been inquiring about where will I get my food, where will I get my sleep, where will I get my security, how can I have a family life. But all these four things, Ahara, Nidra, Bhayametunam cha, Samanyametat Pashubir Naradam, Dharmo hi Kudiko Isheshu, Dharmena Vihina Pashubir Savana. Without dharma, you are Pashu, you are Dvipada Pashu. Yesterday we discussed that if you have to inquire, what we should inquire, there are two primary inquiries in life. Number one, the goal of life. Number two, the cause of suffering. And then the question arises, if I had to inquire, where should I inquire from? We should inquire into the scriptures. Because whatever knowledge we gain from the senses, this knowledge is defective. The knowledge gained by the senses is as defective as the senses itself. There are 4 defects in a human being. So all the 4 defects are there by the knowledge gained by the human being. So Pratyaksha Pramana, Anuman Pramana fails. The only Pramana, only absolute source of knowledge where you get perfect knowledge, that is only Shabda Pramana, that is Veda. Vedam Satyam. There are so many scientific proofs to establish what has been spoken in the Vedas is true. Not even single proof is given that the Vedic literatures, what has been spoken in the Vedic literatures is wrong. So this is how we understand that Vedas are the absolute source of knowledge. The Vedas talk about Bhavishyavani. The future predictions are done in Vedic literatures, especially in the Puranas. In the Bhavishya Purana, in the Bhagavad Purana, there are predictions which were written 5,000 years back. They predict about those who appeared 500 years back, especially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then we discussed that how in the Vedic literatures there are 2 kinds of knowledge. One is how to live in this world, and other one is how to get out of this world. Like those who are studying in 7th standard, 8th standard, would you like to come back to the same standard? The last boy? Yes? Yeah, come and sit in the front. Both of you. Yeah. Would you like to come back to the same standard? Come in the front. In the front. Yes. Yeah. Because I want you to listen, not to gossip among yourself. Yeah, come and sit in the front here. You will sit in a different chair. Come here. You sit there. So you don't want to come to the same standard. If you have got an admission to a college, the purpose of getting into a college is to get out, even though it is the best of the college. The purpose of getting into IIT is to get out of IIT. It is not to stay in IIT. The same way, even though you got the best of your house or whatever it may be, your life, but still the purpose is not to stay. The purpose is to get out. So the knowledge which makes you live in this world or gives the knowledge of how to live in this world, that is known as material knowledge. And the knowledge by which you can get out of this world is known as spiritual knowledge. So in the Vedic literatures, the spiritual knowledge or the knowledge by which we can get out of this world is given in the Bhagavad Gita. That is why the Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishads. And yesterday we discussed about Bhagavad Gita is like the milk, which is the essence of the cow called Upanishads. Now today we'll talk about the second subject matter of Bhagavad Gita, that is the soul. Who am I? We are trying to know so many things in our life, but we don't know who is knowing it. You say, I know this person. Okay, you know this person, but who is knowing that person do you know? That means, who am I? This is a very important subject matter. Who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? So, this is very nicely answered in the Bhagavad Gita, that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. I am not the body, but I am a soul living inside the body. Now you may say that there is a soul, but have you ever seen the soul? So I want to have the proof of existence of soul. So let me see, let us understand and have the proof of existence of soul. So we'll try to give you 5 proofs of the existence of soul. The first proof of existence of soul is like this. With common sense, anybody with common sense can understand there is something called soul, which is beyond the body, which is within the body, but cannot be seen, but it is making all the bodily functions possible. So this shows anybody with common sense has to accept there is something beyond the body. How do you understand this thing? In normal language, when somebody dies, we don't say died. We say such and such a person passed away. In Hindi we say guzar gaye, chal base. And when you say passed away means what? He is not here, he is somewhere else. Like when you say this person passed out of the college, what does it mean? He is not in the college anymore, he is somewhere else. In the same way, when you say this person passed away, he passed away from this body and went to another body. As simple as that. Like a small boy, he comes to his father and says, Papa, Papa, Dadaji kyun soye, uthao na. Grandfather is sleeping, please wake him up. Papa says, Beta, Dadaji chale gaye. And the boy says, Beta, Papa, Dadaji to idhar hi hai. He is here only. How can you say chale gaye? He is sleeping here, wake him up. Then father says, Beta, tum samjhoge nahi. You will not understand. Dadaji chale gaye. And the boy says, no, Dadaji is here only. Please wake him up. Then the father has to explain to the boy that your Dadaji has left. What is lying there is what? Dadaji's body. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Dadaji has left and what is lying down is what? Body. What does it mean? There is a distinct difference between that boy's Dadaji and the body. So even a normal usage, when we say passed away, chal base, guzar gaye, it means he has passed out of this body. He was living in this body. Like I am living in the house. I am not the house. I am driving the car. I am not the car. The same way I am living in this body, I am not the body. Just because you are driving a Maruti car, you don't become Maruti. Somebody comes and asks you, who are you? You say, I am Maruti. Why? You cannot see I am driving a Maruti car. And later on you change the car and take one company, Mercedes you take, and I am Mercedes. Just because you are driving Mercedes car, you don't become Mercedes. In the same way, just because if you are living in a male body, that doesn't make you a male. Just because you are living in a female body doesn't make you a female, because the soul is neither male nor female. Just because you are born, you are living at present in a body born in Gujarat, that doesn't make you a Gujarati, because the soul is beyond all these designations. You are looking in the mirror. What is seen in the mirror? It is not yourself. What you are seeing is your body. Sometimes you say, I am looking at myself. No, you are not looking at yourself. What you are looking at is your body. Yourself, that means the soul which is living in the body, is not seen in the mirror. You say, oh, I'm young and beautiful. Oh, I'm getting old. No, you are not young and beautiful. Neither you got old. It is the body which was young and beautiful, and gradually it is becoming old. You are not becoming old. The old age is for the body, not for the soul. There is a distinct difference between body and the soul. Otherwise, why you say, Dadaji chale gaye, guzar gaye, chal base, passed away. Like I say, he passed out to the college. He is somewhere else. He is not in the college at present. He is passed out. He got out of the college. The same way, at the time of death, the soul passes out of the body. That is why I say, passed away, chal base. Sometimes in very colloquial language, you say, what happened? Accident happened. What happened? Kya hua? Oh, khatam ho gaya. You say, khatam ho gaya. What does it mean? वो खत्म नहीं हुआ है. His existence in that particular body became khatam. Got the point? It is not that he has died. He is still there. But his existence in that particular body, it got over. That's the thing. So, even if somebody with some little bit of common sense has to accept that there is something within the body which cannot be seen, which is beyond the body, it is making all the bodily functions possible. Now, let us go to the second proof of existence of soul. Because we always want proof, isn't it? So let's see what is the proof of existence of soul. Second proof. The second proof of the existence of soul is like this. It is by logic. We can understand that there is a distinction between body and soul. Let us see logic. Once Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya for this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Srila Prabhupada, he went to Dallas, Texas. There was a Gurukul of ISKCON, and he is visiting that Gurukul for the first time. There he went to the class, and then he called one boy, a small boy, and he made him stand next to him, and then he got a pen, in the boy's pen, and then asked, whose pen is this? The boy, this is my pen. Then Prabhupada asked, are you this pen? Then the boy told, no, I am not this pen, this is my pen. Then Srila Prabhupada caught hold of the kurta of the boy, and whose kurta is this? The boy told, it's my kurta. Whose kurta it can be? Then Srila Prabhupada asked, are you this kurta? Then the boy told, no, I am not this kurta, this is my kurta. Then Srila Prabhupada asked that boy, caught on the hand, and said, whose hand is this? Then the boy told, this is my hand. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, are you this hand? Then the boy told, no, I am not this hand, this is my hand. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, whose head is this? Then this boy got surprised. And what is this? This is my head? Whose head can be? This is my head. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, are you this head? No, I am not this head, this is my head. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, whose body is this? Then this boy said, whose body is this? My body. Then Srila Prabhupada asked, are you this body? Then the boy started thinking, this is my pen, I am not this pen. This is my hand, I am not this hand. And this is my head, I am not this head. This is my body, naturally, I am not this body. Then Srila Prabhupada told, oh, you are not this body, then who are you? He was surprised. He was confused. This is my house, I am not this house. There is a difference between me and my house. In the same way, there is a distinction between me and my body. This is my body. In English language, in simple grammar, there is something called a simple sentence. In For a simple sentence to have some meaning, the subject and the object should be different from each other. A simple sentence is made up of a subject, object and a verb. When I say this is my body, my, that is I, body, I am the subject, body is the object. Is the verb. For this sentence to be meaningful, this is my body, that my or me, I should be different or distinct from the body which is the object. Otherwise, the sentence has no value. When I say this is my pen, this pen is different, I am different. There is a distinction. When I say this is my hand, hand is different, I am the possessor of the hand. I own the hand, this is my hand. When I say this is my body, it means there is a distinction between me and my body. Just see, when you love someone, your grandfather is admitted in the hospital, he is in ICU. Every day expense is 20,000 rupees. This grandson, who is the only earning member, has exhausted all the money and he loves his grandfather so much that he is taking loan from his friend somehow to make sure that his grandfather is treated. After a few days, the doctor says, now your grandfather is no more. Will he spend 20,000 rupees a day on his grandfather? No. He takes the body and burns it. Now tell me, whom was he spending this 20,000 rupees a day on?
The soul inside.
Yes, it was the grandfather who was living in the body. The moment grandfather left, he burned the body. Whom did he love all these years? Actually, the grandfather was living in the body. But somehow, he thought this body is the grandfather. If the body was the grandfather, then why did he burn it? So that itself shows that there is a distinction between the person who is living in the body and the body. There is a distinction between me and my body. You say, I am an old man. No, you are not an old man. You are living at present in an old man's body. Oh, he's a kid. He's not kid. He is living at present a kid's body. After some time, the kid will grow up into a man. So it doesn't become him. He doesn't become a man. He is at present living in a man's body, woman's body. So to say that I am a man or a woman or a Punjabi or a Gujarati, I'm an American, I'm an Indian, these are all nothing but ignorance. Because I am not the body, I am a soul who is living in that body. So this is the second proof of existence of soul. The first proof is common sense. When you say, chal base, guzar gaye, passed away, it means there is something which was in the body which passed away. The second proof is when I say this is my hand, that means there is a distinction between me and my hand. When I say this is my body, it means there is a distinction between me and my body. Now the third proof of existence of soul, because you may say, oh, all these things are jugglery, word jugglery. You spiritualists, you are very good in using words and confusing us, but I want something, some concrete proof. Okay? A simple proof of existence of soul. You kick a football. The bichara football doesn't say anything to you. You kick your friend, he'll kick you back. Why? Because he felt the pain. You stand in front of the door and you start abusing the door. That door will not say anything to you. But if you abuse your friend or someone, that person feels bad. Why he felt bad? Why the door did not feel bad? You are sitting on the chair. The chair is not saying anything to you. You sit on the lap of the person who is sitting next to you. After a few minutes he says, please. Why? Because he felt the pain. Why the chair is not feeling the pain? Why your friend felt the pain? Why? Because the chair is not living, my friend is living, the football is not living, whereas my friend is living. So what is the thing which makes your friend a living person? And what is the thing which makes the football or the door or the wall non-living or the chair non-living? It is the presence of soul. How do you understand presence of soul? Because there is consciousness. All the feelings what we have is because of the presence of consciousness. The consciousness is a symptom of soul. Like you have bulb. The bulb emanates a light called consciousness. The soul emanates a light called consciousness. The bulb is compared to the soul, and the bulb is radiating light. That light is consciousness. In the same way, the soul is there in the region of the heart, and from there is a light emanating from the soul called consciousness, which is spreading throughout the body. Ena sarvamidam tatam. And that consciousness flows through blood. Wherever the blood flows, there is an experience of pain or pleasure. Like when you cut your nails, do you feel the pain? Why? You cut your finger, you feel the pain. Because the nail, there is no flow of blood. Since there is no flow of blood, there is no flow of consciousness. So, wherever the consciousness is there, there is experience of pain and pleasure. And the football doesn't have consciousness because there is no soul. Whereas your friend has a soul which is producing consciousness, then that is why you feel the pain. He or she feels the pain. So the presence of consciousness is a proof of existence of soul. Now you have something which is very known to everyone, that is artificial intelligence. The application of artificial intelligence is very famous now, but in early 80s, there was a big research on something called artificial intelligence. At that time, the understanding of artificial intelligence was that we can produce consciousness in our laboratories. And they had an idea that we are producing microphones, we are producing so many machines, we can produce babies in our laboratory. So that means they thought we can manufacture soul by using chemicals. So they were thinking that we find out the chemical combination of the soul and we add those chemicals and make a soul and bring out consciousness. Unfortunately, after so many attempts, they could not, because consciousness is not a product of matter. Soul is not a combination of chemicals. If soul is a combination of chemicals, if your body, if your whole existence is a combination of chemicals, you are not even worth 100 rupees. If you just take calcium, the nitrogen and water you have in your body, sodium and all these things put together, how much it is? It's a bag of chemicals. Do you think your body is just a bag of chemicals? Your existence is a bag of chemicals? No. Consciousness is not a product of matter. So the modern science, they have no idea what is consciousness, and when you talk about life, When you go and ask a doctor, can you tell what is life, what is death? He cannot. He just have no idea. After studying medicine for 5 years, and again 2-3 years of post-graduation, MS, MD, you go and say, why, what is life? What makes that person live? What is that energy? I have no idea what is consciousness. But when you go to a doctor and you want to see your father who is in ICU, the doctor says, no, he is unconscious. And after a few days, they say, your father has come back to consciousness. You ask the doctor, can you explain to me what is consciousness? He says, I don't know. Don't ask much. Because the moment the scientists or the doctors, if they accept the presence of consciousness, that means they have to accept something which is beyond matter. Then they have to accept existence of God, spiritual. So, matter and consciousness are two distinct things. Now, what happened was, there was a proposal saying that consciousness is a product of matter. When the combination of chemicals reaches to a certain level of complexity, then it gives rise to conscious symptoms. They say that few chemicals, they combine with each other, and the complexity of the combination became so complex, which cannot be defined and understood. Then it started giving rise to the conscious symptoms. But if that is the case, why it is not happening now? Why you say it happened millions and trillions of years back? How can you call it a science? It is a fact that there is a distinction between body and soul. And consciousness, which is the symptom of soul, is not made up of matter. It is beyond the periodic table. We are not made up of, we are not a bunch of chemicals. You felt bad. Now tell me, how will the medical science explain you felt bad? For the doctor, okay, you felt bad. That means some chemicals are less, chemicals are more. No, how can you explain this? So the presence of consciousness is a proof of existence of soul. There was a robotic company which promised that we can make robots exactly looking like your wife or your anyone. There was one millionaire, actually was not such a rich person, but he loved his wife and children so much that he wanted to give the best to his wife and children. So he worked hard, he did a lot of business, somehow he became a billionaire. He had billions of dollars. It's a real story. But somehow it so happened that he developed a fear that his wife will kill him and take all the money. Just see. For whom he worked hard and got all the money, he had developed a fear. He drove her out of the house, get lost. Children also were sent out and he was alone. He was feeling alone and he was very depressed. Without wife, he was very depressed. So he went to the robotic company and told, can you make a robot wife for me? And told, very nice, we'll make. After a few days, the wife came. Which wife? The robot wife. And he was shocked to see she was exactly like his wife. And he spoke to her and she replied exactly the way the wife would reply. And he was so happy. Few days passed by and he was so happy to have a robot wife. But he was still feeling something was wrong. What was the thing which was feeling, what was the deficiency? That robots were looking exactly like the wife, would talk the same language, exactly the way the wife would speak, the behavioral patterns were also the same. But the feelings which the wife had when he spoke to her, that feelings were not there in that robot. The behavioral patterns were decoded into a program and she would react. The robot wife would react the same way the wife would react, but there was no experience. So that shows consciousness is not a product of matter. Now, going to the fourth proof, you may say, all these things are too much. Tell me what the scientists say. We only believe in science. Whatever the scientists say, we accept it. So let's see what the scientists say. There are two kinds of phenomena. One is known as out-of-body experience. The other one is known as past life experience. Out-of-body experience is one thing. Other one is near-death experience. Out-of-body experience has been described in many medical journals. There is a description of a patient who underwent an operation. It's a very big operation, it was open heart surgery. And after the entire operation got over, he was in coma. After a few hours, when he came back to consciousness, this patient told the doctor the entire incidents which happened during the operation. The doctor was shocked. You're supposed to be in coma, totally unconscious. How do you know all these things happened? Then the patient said, I went out of the body from a place distinct from the body. I was able to see what is happening on my body. I was seeing from outside, looking at my body, and you were all cutting my heart like this, you're doing this, you're doing this. Everything, the operation secrets, which were supposed to be secrets, they were all, he revealed everything. The doctor got shocked. He was supposed to be in coma, unconscious. If that is the case, that he went out of the body, who went out of the body? Not only that, there is something called near-death experience. There was one person who was declared dead. And Ram, Nam, Satya, they carried him and they was about to burn the body. All of a sudden he woke up. Just imagine what happens to others. They all ran away. And she was dead. But he came back to life. Not one or two cases, many cases like that. Those who were almost there was a severe accident and they were declared dead too. They came back to life. And they had revealed some experiences. Very surprisingly, all those people who had this near-death experiences, they are having similar experiences. And all the experiences they had, when they described, they were matching with the descriptions of hell. What does it mean? For a temporary or brief period of time, they went to hell and came back. Who went and who came back? Who went? They went beyond the body. They went outside the body. Who went outside the body? The soul. So this is the proof of existence of soul, the fourth proof of the existence of soul. Now let us see the fifth proof of existence of soul. You may say, all these are there, but I should experience soul, then only I can understand, isn't it? I should know what is soul. Until I experience, I don't believe. Yes, let us have. We all experience one phenomena called dreams. Everybody has seen some dreams, and you remember, some people remember, some people don't remember. In those dreams, we speak a language which we don't know. Sometimes we go to a place in the dreams where we have never been in this life. Sometimes we meet some people in the dreams whom we have never met in this life. Now, where are these impressions coming from in these dreams? These impressions are coming from the past life. That shows there was a past life. I was there 100 years back also. If I had a past life, I am going to have a future life too. So there is one book by Anne Stevenson who wrote one book called 2000 Cases of Reincarnations Verified and Proved. 2000 cases. The small girl in Bengal named Meenu. She, right from her, just to start speaking, the small baby, she was talking to her father, take me to one village. She used to tell the name of the village and father thought something, baby is saying something. But when she became 5-year-old, she became very adamant, I want to go to that village. The father found out, somehow he took her in the car. When the car was approaching the village, she told, take a right turn, left turn. And then they arrived at a house and she told, stop. She got down from the car, was about to enter the house, but there was no door there, there was a wall. Those who were living in the house, they came and told that we had a door there, but after the death of our daughter-in-law, we closed the door and made a wall there. And a small girl, she went inside the house and was able to recognize everyone and would tell their names and would relate to so many incidences which happened in the house. And she went into Almira, opened the Almira, and she was happy to see some saris there. She ran and came to the present life mother and then told, he likes those things, why don't you cook? Actually, she was the wife of that person in the house. This is called past life memories. If you had past life memories, then there was a past life. So what is the thing which connects your past life to this life? Soul. What transferred from the previous body to this body? It is the soul. There was a previous life. It is a reincarnation, is a fact. Because you just cannot explain the inequality in this world without accepting the existence of a previous life. Two babies are born at the same time. One baby is born in Somalia. The moment the baby is born, the mother died, the baby was born with paralysis. What to speak of milk availability? There is no milk to drink, but there is no water also. That is the situation. Such a horrible situation a baby is born. The same time one baby is born in America, born with a golden spoon, many people do love that baby, and just by birth the baby is a billionaire. Now tell me, why such difference? Is it by chance? It is not by chance. Why such a difference has come? The difference is only because of one thing, that is karma. Karma means which you bring from the previous life, the past life. What is the thing which connects, which left that body of the previous life and entered this body? The soul. So these are the 5 proofs of the existence of soul. The first one is common sense. Anybody who has common sense has to accept the existence of soul. The second is by logic. When I say this is my hand, it means there is a distinct difference between me and my hand. When I say this is my body, it means I am not this body. This is my body. When I say this is my car, are you the car? You own the house, you live in the house, you are not the house. You own the body, you live in the body, you are not the body. This body is just a vehicle, it is like a place where you stay. Third proof, the presence of consciousness, I am able to feel the heat, feel the cold. I feel bad when somebody scolds me. The door doesn't feel bad. When somebody kicks me, I feel the pain. Why? Because there is a presence of consciousness. Presence of consciousness means the proof of existence of soul. Fourth proof. That is out-of-body experiences, near-death experience. Even the scientists accept there is something beyond the body, which is making the body conduct all its functions. It cannot be seen. The fifth proof is the past life memories. If there is a past life, that means there is a soul which traveled from the previous life to this life, this body. Now, since we have accepted, theoretically at least, that there is something called soul which is beyond the body, let us try to understand what this soul is. But before that, to have a better understanding of what is soul, you should understand what this whole body is made up of. You're looking at me, your friend, whoever it may be. There are 10 things which constitute this body, which you're looking at. You're looking at me, and what is actually making all the bodily functions possible? Because the existence of 10 things. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. Mind, intelligence, false ego, soul and super soul, that's all. In these 10 things, there are two distinct categories. Spiritual body, material body. This material body consists of 8 things. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence and false ego. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhumiraponalo vayu kammano buddhirevacha ahankara mitiyam me binna prakriti rashtada. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi means earth, Apaha means water, Bhumi Apo Analaha means fire, earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the 5 things. And mind, intelligence and false ego, these 3 things. These 5 are known as the gross material body, and this 3 is mind, intelligence and false ego, man, buddhi, ahankar. These 3 is known as, put together is constituting the subtle body, subtle material body, sukshma sharira. To have a better understanding of this, we compare the gross body, which is constituting these 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether. We can compare it to a hardware of the computer. Now when I was in college, at that time computers were very rare. We had no idea what it was. But still we had a computer lab. And the person in charge of the computer lab used to take us to the computer lab, and we all 15-20 students were there standing. The computer was placed around say 6-7 feet away. And he used to just show the computers. These are computers. There was only AC room in our college. And after 5 minutes, after having darshan of the computers, he would say, go out. And he said, teach something. He said, shh, no. It's something very divine. You cannot touch. Anyway, you'll pass this. You'll get full marks. That was our computer lab. Not even allowed to touch. One day I asked my friend, what is this? Every week he brings us to the lab shows. What is this all computer? You don't know, computer has got 2 things, software and hardware. I learnt it. Then once he took us out of the class, computer lab, and I just came back and was so eager to find out what is software and what is hardware. I was touching the computer trying to find out which is the soft part of the computer. So the soft part of the computer means the software. Hardware should be the hard part of the computer. So anyhow, but that's not it is. So the body, the gross body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. How can you say earth is there in my body? Yes, it is there in your body. The earth transforms into grains and vegetables. We eat it, and the body, the bones, the flesh, this is the transformation of earth. 70% of our body is water. Water is there. Fire is there, the ambient temperature, maybe it is now 25 degrees. Now your body temperature is 37 degree centigrade. That shows there is a fire in the body. That is why the heat is there inside the body. The body temperature is more than the ambient temperature. Earth, water, fire, air, all the movements of the body. I am lifting my hand. It is all the movements of the body is because of the air. Earth, water, fire, air is there in the body. 5 kinds of airs, major, 5 kinds of minor airs are there. Apana, Udana, Samana, Vayana, like that. And earth, water, fire, air, ether. I am able to speak so many things. Where is this sound vibrations coming from? Because of the ethereal element existing in my body. So that shows these 5 elements are there in the body. And beyond these 5 elements, which is known as gross body, there is something called subtle body. That is made up of earth, water, that is made up of mind, intelligence and false ego. Man, buddhi, ahankar. So there is a distinct difference between the gross body and the subtle body, though both are material. Like there is a distinct difference between the hardware and the software. Hardware can be perceived, you can measure the weight of the hardware, but software, like one person asked, you have a mobile and somebody sent you a file which is of 10 GB file or something like that. Now you download that file of 10 GB, isn't it? You download it, 10 GB is a big file, isn't it? Very heavy file. Very heavy file. Then you measure the weight of the mobile before downloading, after downloading. Is there any change? You downloaded a very heavy file. It did not even increase in the milligram. How strange it is. So you have mind. Sometimes say, I have a heavy mind, my mind is very heavy. बहुत मन भारी हो गया है. Oh, मन भारी हो गया. How many kilos? Can you measure? Can you measure the weight of the mind in kilos? You cannot. So it is subtle, it is sukshma, mind is there. Unfortunately, the modern medicos, the doctors, the medical science has no idea of what is mind. They have no idea, zero idea of mind. What to speak of mind, they don't even accept that there is something called even ether, something called air. The modern medicine, in spite of all its advancement, it doesn't even have idea of 2% of the grossest part of gross body. The grossest part of gross body, even that 2% is not known. Somebody is not behaving properly. Then the mother takes the person he is taken to the doctor, which doctor? Neurologist. He deals with the brain, he checks all the scan, MRI, everything, says his brain is perfect. The mother says he is not behaving properly. Then the neurologist says, take him to a psychiatrist. Now you say, why? The psychiatrist deals with the mind. Brain is okay. Now he has to be treated by a psychiatrist who deals with the... Now, if you ask the doctor, can you tell me what is mind? Can you put your mind in one dabba and give it to me? They have no idea of what is mind. So much for the so-called advancement of science. There is no acceptance of existence of mind. If at all, if we interrogate, then they say mind is nothing but the electromagnetic radiations which are found in the brain because the flow of the blood in the nerves of the brain. So crazy. So you have to accept there is something called mind. Then you have to tell what this mind is all about, how it looks like. Is it made up of any chemicals? And they don't accept mind is made up of chemicals. But if you accept mind is made up of chemicals, then you have to tell the chemical combination. No, it is, they say, electromagnetic radiations. Anyhow, as much as there is a distinction between the gross body, the hardware and the software, in the same way there is a distinction between the gross body and the subtle body. The subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego. Let us see what this mind, intelligence and false ego, what is this all about? Mind is a river. Generally in the river what flows? Water flows. But mind is a river in which thoughts are flowing. Good, bad, ugly, all kinds of thoughts flow in the mind. So many thoughts, you are sitting here and then so many thoughts flow. So mind is a channel in which thoughts are flowing. Mind is a river in which thoughts are flowing. And thinking, feeling and willing are the three functions of the mind. So this mind, if the thoughts are flowing good, bad, ugly, beyond the mind is something called intelligence. This intelligence is the capacity within us to discriminate between good and bad, right and wrong, profitable, non-profitable, favorable, unfavorable. So the capacity to discriminate, the capacity to distinguish between good, bad, etc., etc., that is called intelligence, vichakshana shakti. So in the mind there are so many thoughts flowing. The intelligence is the capacity within us which picks up the right thought from the wrong one. Now beyond that intelligence there is something called false ego, called mithya ahankar. This is a thing which helps us in identifying ourselves as so and so. Sometimes you sleep. When you wake up, you don't know whether it's morning or evening. You have no idea. Gradually, you don't even know where you are. You don't know who you are. Then gradually all the remembrances come. I am so and so, this is my house. Oh, now it's morning. Who is giving that awareness that I am so and so? The capacity which helps us to make us understand that I am so and so, that is called false ego. So these three constitute the subtle body which we will compare to the software, the computer. So you have a computer, you have nice hardware, new computer and newly installed software. Will the computer function? No. You had to pass the electricity through it. And the electricity can be compared to consciousness. Where does electricity come from? The plug point. That can be compared to the soul. Where does the current come from to the plug point? From the big generator. Generator can be compared to super soul. So you have super soul, you have soul. You have the subtle body and the gross body. So there is a distinction between the subtle body and the gross body. Both are material. But still there is a distinction. And there is a distinction between the subtle body, mind and soul. The modern science, they are confused between the brain and the mind. They think brain is the mind and the mind is the brain. The atheistic Buddhist philosophers, they think that the mind is the soul and the soul is the mind. And there is somebody called Mayavadi philosopher, they think the soul is a super soul and super soul is the soul. No, there is a distinction between the super soul and soul, soul and mind, mind and brain. If somebody is able to understand this distinction, that means you understood perhaps more than 50% of our Vedic philosophy. The distinctions. Brain and mind and soul. Soul and super soul. Three distinctions. So, our body is functioning because of the presence of the super soul, and the soul is receiving the consciousness, and the soul has consciousness, and this consciousness is spreading through the subtle body, and the subtle body controls the gross body. So it's a nice, wonderful computer setup, like you have a generator, the plug point, electricity, the hardware, software and the hardware. It is the software which runs the hardware in the same way. First you plan and then execute. The plan happens in the subtle body and you execute through the gross body. To have a better idea of what all we discussed till now, let us talk about one incident which we all have to face one day or the other. But it is an incident which we don't want to talk about it. What is that? So let us see what happens at the time of death. At the time of death, the soul leaves the body. But it doesn't leave alone. It is encaged by the subtle body. The mind, intelligence and false ego, it encages the soul. The soul is there in the middle. The mind, intelligence, false ego, it takes the soul from the gross body to another gross body. So what is left over is what? Only gross body, which is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Mind, intelligence and false ego has taken the soul from this body to another body. So the present mind, intelligence and false ego what we have, it is being carried forward from the millions and millions of bodies what we had previously. That is why we have past life memories. You may not be conscious of the memories, but we have the memories. Like you go to a picnic and you have a camera and then you take so many photographs. Yeah, 1,000 photographs you have taken. And you come home and you want to see the photographs. What you do? You take the memory card from the camera, put it in your laptop, and you see all those photographs. So this memory card is like the subtle body. So in the previous life, what all you have seen, what all you have heard, everything is there as a photograph, as an impression in the subtle body. The subtle body, which is compared to a memory card, it is transferred from the previous life to this life. That is called sanskars. What is the meaning of sanskar? One kid is very obedient, very patient, and with all good qualities, very humble. At the same time, another kid, very ferocious. Why? Because these two kids, in the previous life, they had different impressions. And in one memory card, in the previous life, he got the good impressions, and other had horrible impressions. That is why he is so horrible. So that is why there was a previous life. And it just, the memories got transferred from the previous life through the subtle body, because the subtle body is the same. So when we die, the subtle body encages the soul and leaves the gross body here and goes into another gross body. It's as simple as that. Now we may say, oh Prabhuji, you are talking so much about things, but we are here to hear about soul. I want to hear the qualities of the soul. What is this soul all about? So let us see what this soul is all about. The first quality of the soul is, it is eternal. All of us have heard these three words, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Satchidananda. It is Sat, Chit and Ananda. So let us see what is the meaning of these three, because soul by nature is Sat, Chit and Ananda. What is the meaning of the word Sat? Sat comes from the word Sanatan. Sanatan means eternal, which has neither birth nor death. The first quality of the soul is that it has neither birth nor death. And who am I? I am not this body, I am soul. So that means I have no birth, no death. Once I was invited to a birthday party. One small kid had birthday many years back. Then all the children were there, and the mother had called me that, my daughter's birthday, please come, give class to the children. So all the children came, then some kirtan happened. Oh, you're a birthday girl? Yes, yes. I made her stand next to me and then asked, how old are you? She told, now I'm 8 years old. Then I told, now you're 8 years. And where were you 4 years back? She started thinking, 4 years back. Then the mother told, tell na, 4 years back we were in Delhi, not in Mumbai. And yes, I was in Delhi. Then I asked, where were you 7 years back? How are you? There's a small baby. I asked, where were you 8.5 years back? Then she was confused, 8.5 years back, where was I? The younger brother, she had a younger brother, he told, Bolna, maa ke pet mein thi. I was in the stomach of my womb of my mother. Then I asked, where were you 15 years back? Then one boy told, Bhagwan ke paas thi. So why did she come here? Then I asked her and others, were you there 15 years back or not? Yes, I was there. Even 100 years back also we were all existing, but in a different body. Now I told, if you were there even 15 years back, who was born 8 years back? Who was born? The body was born. So if the body is born 8 years back, whose birthday is today? Your birthday or body's birthday? Body's birthday. It is as simple as that. So now we are going to sing the birthday song. Happy birthday to your body. That's what it is, isn't it? It's not your birthday because you are never born. Since you are never born, you will never die. What is born, it dies. What is born? The body is born. So death is for the body. Since the birth is for the body, death is for the body. And since you are never born, you will never die. So this is the first quality of the soul. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita vara bhuyaha jo nitya shashvato yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that na jayate mriyate va kadachit. Never. Kadachit means never it has happened that the soul is born. Na mriyate. It never dies. Nor it happened in the past, nor it is going to happen in the future, nor it is happening now. Ajaha, the soul is aja. Aja means unborn. Nityaha, it is eternal. Shashvatoyam, it is permanent. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha, the oldest. Ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. When the soul, the body dies, the soul doesn't die. So, oh, my mother, she died. No, her body died. She is still there. Your grandfather is still there. Great-grandfather is still there. Body died. So, this is the first quality of the soul. What is it? That is eternal Sat. The second quality of the soul is Chit. It is made up of consciousness. It is non-material substance. Like you have every substance, this is something made up of plastic, made up of iron, isn't it? So what is the soul made up of? It is made up of consciousness. It is Chinmaya. And it is Sat Chit. It is consciousness. And that is why because the presence of soul we are getting is awareness of heat, awareness of cold, we feel bad, all these emotions we are experiencing because of the presence of soul. That is because it is Chit, it is consciousness, Sat Chit. Now the third quality of the soul is, it is Ananda, Anandamayo. The essential quality of the soul is Anandamayo Bhyasat. Though the soul is Sat Chit Ananda, but the essential quality of the soul is Ananda. Though it is eternal, but that is not the essential quality of the soul. Intrinsic quality of the soul is Anandamaya. So, yesterday we also talked about the birthright of every person is to become happy. Because the soul is intrinsically, it is happy. So search for happiness is the birthright of the soul, and it is happy, but the problem is that we are not experiencing it. We are trying to search out the happiness here, there. But we forget. Happiness is not here and there external, it is there inside. Like there is one deer, a musk deer, Kasturi Mriga. From its body, fragrance is emanating. And the Kasturi Mriga is thinking, where is this fragrance coming from? So this Mriga is running. Fragrance is coming from this direction, let me run. So the Mriga, the deer is running. So, Kasturi Mriga, it is running here and there, so much it is running. Just cannot imagine. It is seeing Kasturi Mriga. The fragrance is coming from this side, so let me go. It is running. The more it runs, the more fragrance is emanating from the body. It thinks, now I have reached the destination where the fragrance is coming from. This foolish deer doesn't understand. What does it understand? Doesn't understand that the fragrance is coming from its own body. It runs and then dies. It runs and dies. So that is our story. We are thinking the happiness is there. Let me go here. Go to this movie, I'll become happy. Let me go here, I'll become happy. Oh, let me go here, I can become happy. In this way, this Kasturi Mriga, like this customer, we're running here and there for happiness, forgetting. But the happiness is there within us, within the soul. The body is made up of matter and we are not the body. The soul is spiritual and we are that soul. Only spiritual things can make us happy. No amount of material thing can make us happy. No amount of material thing. So, we are all trying to become happy. Forgetting that the real problem in our life is that we have forgotten the spiritual knowledge. We have not realized that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. Time is passing. Instead of realizing the real problem, which is that I have not studied the Bhagavad Gita, this is the real problem. Instead of realizing this, we have listed so many problems in our life. Financial problem, this problem, this problem. And we are more concerned about it. There is one person who was very much interested in buying one Mercedes car. He was not earning so much. He worked hard for 15 years. Saved every single penny he saved. Let's see. Single penny, every Maybe he is saved. 15 years he worked hard and took the check and said, give me a Mercedes. Just imagine, after 15 years of hard work, he is driving the Mercedes car. From the company, from the showroom, he is driving the car back to his house. All of a sudden, a truck comes and then, oh, there's an accident. He gets down from the car and then starts shouting at the truck driver, I'm going to take you to the police station, you destroyed my car and that and this. He was howling and shouting. The truckwala says, your car is destroyed, my truck is okay, you come and sit in my truck, I'll take you to the hospital. He says, why should I should go to the hospital? I'll take you to the police station. The truckwala told the driver, to that person, just look at your hand. He saw the forearm is broken, the whole piece has fallen somewhere else, blood is oozing out. And he looks at the truckwala and he starts shouting, now I am going to kill you. Because of you I lost my watch also. He was wearing a watch. He should be worried about what? Huh? The hand is cut, blood is oozing, he should go to the doctor. He should go to the hospital, but he is more worried about the watch, the car. That's our problem. Oh, he told me that, she told me that, oh, I lost this thing. Hey, you should be worried about the things you're supposed to be worried about. The time is passing. I don't know ABC of spiritual knowledge. I don't know Bhagavad Gita. So the lack of the simple understanding that I am not this body, I am spirit, soul, the lack of self-realization is the real problem, and we become completely unconscious about it and we think other problems are actually problems. They are not. The real problem is this, lack of self-realization, lack of the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So, I am not this body, I am spirit, soul. This one line is enough to solve all the problems in this world. That is the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita. One line is enough. We stop here because I told yesterday that what I am going to speak is not so important. What you are going to ask, that is more important. Please ask. Questions? Yes? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have a confusion here. I'm confused, basically.
Yeah.
We have come here for the journey of self-discovery.
Yes.
As inquisitive human beings, we are on this journey of spiritual progress.
Yes.
But are we human beings on a spiritual journey, or we are spiritual beings on a human journey?
Yeah, good question. Your question is, are we human beings on a spiritual journey? Are we spiritual beings on a human journey? So, please, based on today's class, tell me, are we human beings? Are we spiritual beings? Spiritual being, because I am not this body, isn't it? Who am I? I am a spiritual being. But at present, where am I? In a human body. And what is the goal of human body, human life? To realize that I am a spiritual being. That is the prerogative of the human form of life. You cannot have dogs sitting and hearing Bhagavad Gita. You cannot have pigs sitting and hearing Bhagavad Gita. Only human has this intelligence To understand the Bhagavad Gita, to understand that I am not this body, I am spirit soul. That means I am not a human, I am a spiritual being. So I am a spiritual being in a human body trying to realize I am a spiritual person. Got it? Okay. Yes. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. One question has raised in my mind, that is, if total number of souls in universe is constant, then how souls is coming in the world?
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's a very generic question which people ask after this class. Let me answer this question in a very interesting way. How many viruses or bacteria are there in our body? More than the population of Meera Bhayandar. Just imagine all those bacteria or the viruses, they tomorrow become humans. There will be another Meera Bhayandar. So, when you talk of population, you are talking about human population, isn't it? But the human population is the least. When it comes to numbers, it is the least. What is the population of ants? Population of mosquitoes? Population of bacteria? So, they are transmigrating from one species to another, and it so happens that some human population is increasing. That doesn't mean souls are increasing. The souls of the lower species of life, they are becoming humans. Earlier, humans used to do pious activities and then were going to higher species. But now they are not doing that. Is why there is a traffic jam. And this is one way of understanding your question. Other way is that the souls are infinite. There is some change in the population of one species in another species, it doesn't matter. It hardly makes any difference. Number of ants reducing, number of humans increasing, that doesn't mean the souls are increasing. So, in a management of unlimited souls, infinite souls, so population increase is just when you talk about a human population, what about others? In that way you understand there is no new souls being created. It is just the transfer of the increase and decrease of one species of population, decrease of one species of population, increase in another species of population. That's what we can understand. Okay, yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I have two questions combined.
Yeah.
One is, what is sound of silence?
The sound of silence, okay?
And another thing we have heard, like Om is considered as a sound of universe.
Yes.
So, and when we are in stress or something we want to do, like we need a patience to do something, usually doctors or yoga teachers says do Brahmari, where
Okay.
we says humming sound, Om. So how it relax our mind or intellect and make us concentrate on work, whatever we want to do or whatever we want to achieve. It make us calm. So why this sound Om is doing, what it actually doing with our body or intellect?
Okay. Your question is two things, 2 points. What is sound of silence? Yeah, I heard these statements becoming very famous these days, the sound of silence. Some builder who wants to sell the flats is using that, the sound of silence, where you can experience the sound of silence. See, it has got many interpretations, but ultimately the philosophy of sound or the technology of sound has been described in the Vedic literatures. There are 4 levels of sound. That is Pashyam, Vaikari, that is Madhyama, Pashyanti and Para. Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikari. It is a very deep subject matter to make it very simple. When you say silence, that means a sound which is transcendental to material things. That sound is called para. Para. The sound Om is on the transcendental platform. When I say water, it is material. The substance water or the object water is different from the sound water. Suppose you are thirsty. You say water, 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 water. Will your thirst get quenched? No, you become more thirsty actually. Because there is a distinction between the object indicated by the sound and the sound itself. Okay? So this is the sound of the noise. Now, when you chant Om, Om is actually the sound of silence. Because it is transcendental. The sound Om is non-different from the person which indicates. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Pranavaha Sarvedeshu, I am the Pranava, I am the Om in all the Vedas. The moment you say Om, Krishna is there on your tongue. The moment you say Krishna, Krishna is on your tongue, because there is no difference between Krishna and Krishna's name. There is no difference between Krishna and Om, because they are non-different from each other. And that is called the sound of silence. When you take the word silence and the antagonistic word as noise, noise is a thing which disturbs you, silence is something which gives you peace. So all those sentences and words which are distinct from its object, they create only distinct disturbance. And the only thing which is non-distinct from the sound which indicates it is Om, or name of Krishna, which expands into Gayatri, which expands into Purusha Sukta, which expands into the Vedas, which expands into the Puranas. So when you chant the Bhagavad Gita, and this Bhagavad Gita is non-different from Krishna, non-different from Om. So that is actually the sound of silence. Even though you are silent, the mind is not silent, isn't it? So you cannot say it is a sound of silence, because the mind is still speaking. The mind is still talking. And that is at the level of Madhyama. So among the 4 levels of sound, the sound of silence can only be referred to the Om, or name of Krishna, Rama, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Gayatri, Purusha Sukta, the Vedas, the Puranas. So only spiritual sounds can be given, can be authorized or can be attributed to this sentence. The phrase used is sound, the sound of silence. No other sound, including silence, is not the sound of silence. That is why we are supposed to do Nama Sankirtan. That is the real sound of silence, because it silences all the negativity. It's not Shanta, means it pacifies. The sound which pacifies the noise is actual silence. Actually, if you are silent, that is the time you go more mad. The mind becomes more disturbed to you, isn't it? So, if you are alone for 24 hours, nobody to speak to, and of course at the same time you don't have a mobile also, just imagine, you'll go crazy. there is more bigger noise. Though it is silent, it's noise. But if you are among devotees, hearing the sounds of kirtan, that is actual silence. So once I was traveling and I saw this, as you can hear the sound of silence. Then one devotee was traveling in the car. I gave this explanation to him, the 4 levels of sound and etc. Anyhow, good that you brought this point. Just recently, about a month back, I heard this, the sound of silence, and then gave this vyakhyana. I'm just repeating it. Okay. More questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, my query is that Krishna has created this universe, we all know that. So, Prabhuji, my query is ki, just a second, I'll take.
Yeah. No problem. Please sit down so that you can remember. Yeah. Yeah.
तो मुझे ये पूछना है कि कृष्णा ने ऑलरेडी डिसाइड किया है कि मेरा अगला जन्म क्या होने वाला है,
अच्छा।
या बेस्ड ऑन माय दिस कर्म ऑफ थ्रू आउट द लाइफ व्हाट आई विल डू विद अदर्स, इट इज ऑलरेडी सेड व्हाट गोज अराउंड इट कम्स अराउंड. तो बेस्ड ऑन माय कर्मा वो डिसाइड करेंगे मेरा जो सोल है वो कौन सी बॉडी में जाने वाला है. ये ऑलरेडी ही हैज प्लान कि मेरा अगला जन्म क्या होने वाला है.
Good question. See, Krishna has only one plan. You know what is that plan? अगला जन्म हो ही ना. हाँ, Krishna is always planning. कृष्ण प्लान कर रहे हैं. क्या प्लान कर रहे हैं? किसी का भी अगला जन्म हो नहीं हो. Like a teacher is planning. What is the plan of the teacher? ये बच्चा वापस एक क्लास में है कि नहीं? But the problem is that the बच्चा doesn't accept the plan of the teacher. तो कृष्ण का प्लान ये है that he doesn't want you to take birth, and unfortunately we are not following his plan. So just follow what Krishna says, the plan which Krishna gives in the Bhagavad Gita, then you will not come back to this world again. Why you want to come back, tell me? This life is not enough or what? So many troubles. If I give you an option that you want to take birth again and get married, enough. Why you want to? Somebody told me, Prabhuji, can you see my horoscope? I told, I am not seeing your horoscope, I am seeing your horoscope. See, there is nothing wrong in watching horror movies, but not the second time. Isn't it? One time is enough. And you are not only watching it, but you are experiencing it. So let's tell Krishna, I'll follow your plan not to take birth again. See, his decision is that you want to just take you back home, back to Godhead. That's all. Okay? Yeah. Next.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I have 2 questions. So you explained that the soul is transferred to another body, and the subtle body, which is mind, forms ego, and intelligence go along with that body. So how is that in my current life? I'm not able to relate or behave the way my earlier body was, and as is okay that I'm behaving like in my current body. So that's my first question.
Let me answer this question. That means in simple sentence, why you are not able to remember previous life, isn't it? It is good that you don't remember. It is a relief actually given to you by Krishna, by God, by default. Don't take it otherwise, just for this certain time, some things which, some examples have to be given. so that the concept goes deep in your consciousness. Just imagine, you remember your previous life and you come to know somebody who murdered your previous life is now your wife. It is good, na? You don't know, isn't it? Yeah, next question.
So Prabhu, we came to this distinction, okay, that I'm not body, I'm a soul. I think for most of us, this still seems like a theoretical aspect. So in my practical life, how is that I can dwell on this? Is there a way that I can internalize or practice this more? That there is a constant distinction in my mind, in my behavior, in my dealings with this life, where I practice this aspect.
Good question. See, I am not this body, I am spirit soul. That much you got. But what is the spirit soul? What is the constitutional position of spirit soul? That is the next subject. We have not gone through that, isn't it? That is very clear in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaiva Amsho. Krishna says, the soul is my Amsha. And what is the duty of the Amsha? To serve the Amshi. So, Jiver Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told, whom you are not. And he indicated whom you are. But specifically, same Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and clearly told that you are not this body, you are soul. And what is soul? Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishna Nityadat, servant of Krishna. So if you are serving Krishna, Karmana Manasa Vacha, Yasya Harer Dasya Karmana Manasa Gira, Niklas Vedustasu Jivan Muktasya Uchate. If you are serving Krishna 24 hours a day, you are acting on the platform of soul. That's all. So one last question. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I have one question. We say that the soul is traveling from one body to another body. But then there is also a concept of atript atma. We also perform pujas. Even in Ekadashi stories, it is mentioned in some of the stories that I am offering this, the blessings of this Ekadashi Vrat, the fal I am offering it to the Purvaj so that his soul can be free. Now, what is the concept of this atript atma? What is this soul which is in between?
Yes. So, when the soul leaves the body, generally is supposed to get another body. But in some circumstances, it so happens that it doesn't get another gross body. So that soul is waiting to get a gross body and is atriptatma or bhadakta atma or preta. Technically it is known as preta. So you do certain things so that it gets a gross body. That's why we do the shraddha. If at all some of your ancestors have not got a gross body, which is a very, very bad situation because you are thirsty but you don't have the hands to drink water, mouth to drink. So they roam around in the subtle body, they don't have a gross body. So this happens in some rare cases like accidents. Now, according to one's karma, that person has to stay for 60 years and he committed suicide at the age of 40. 20 years he has to roam around, isn't it? So that is a situation where there is no gross body but is only subtle body. Okay, we stop here for today and then we'll meet tomorrow at the same time and we'll discuss about God, proof of existence of God. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Thanks for such enlightening sessions. And we all agree that the question